If you have a story to tell, talk to Punky. Punky listens. Punky understands.
No, here's what happened.
We tried some things, and then we tried some other things. We tried some things, and then we tried some other things. And now Sam kinda wonderful. And now Sam kinda wonderful owns Talk to Punky. Owns Talk to Punky. We tried some things.
Hey Punky, what's going on? Dude, I got this story I have to unload on somebody. I was at work one day, and I get a call from my boyfriend, and he's like, hey babe, I love you. And I was like, that's weird, you never say I love you on the phone. So I was like, dang, that sounds weird. You know, what's going on? So I got home early from work, only to find a girl in my house. I proceeded to beat her face in. And these two guys drug her away from the house. And then I went outside and I mule kicked in the side of his car. Because I was just like so upset, you know, she was in my house. Like I ripped out her hair and it was just nuts. So then I called my friend and I was like hyperventilating and I'm like, what do I do? You know, I just came home, all this is happening, I'm afraid they're gonna call the cops. So her boyfriend came over and helped me like pack up some stuff, and I packed a cooler, and I grabbed my kid and I actually drove to Florida because I was so afraid the cops were coming to find me. We're almost to Florida. We're in Valdosta, Georgia, which is, I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's like sitting on the equator. It's just so hot. And he got into my cooler in the back seat and he ate an entire box of fruit snacks. My son did. He was 3. So he vomited all over the back seat of my car. Hot, stinky, nasty, like 60. So I had to pull over at this truck stop. It took me an hour to clean out my car. And I get in the car, I'm ready to drive the rest of the way to Florida, and my air conditioner is broken. So now my car smells like hot garbage and puke. And I'm driving to Florida. We get there, and like I go visit my friend at work, and I'm there to visit, and she works at a gun range. So we're sitting at this picnic table, and I'm having a cigarette, and I'm just telling her about what's been going on, you know, and I'm so upset. And I didn't feel anything, but do you know anything about fire ants? Yeah, they attack you, and when they get ready to attack, they all position themselves like a little evil army. Yeah, horrible. And then they let off this scent that they can smell that smells like sulfur, and then they all attack at the same time. So then I got attacked by fire ants. So from the knee to the toe on both legs, I was covered in fire ant blisters, right? I'm like itching and I'm miserable and it's horrible. So I get a call from my boss the next day. All right, and I'm like crying and I'm so upset and whatever. I'm on Valium at this point because that's what my doctor prescribed. It was like, oh god, it was like a nervous breakdown. So my boss calls and he goes, hey, P.S. you're fired because you took off work without giving us proper notice. And I was like, wow, I'm the manager of this company, you know, like this is crazy. So then I'm on the phone with him, I get fired, you know, I'm bummed, I'm like freaking out. So my parents call and they're like, hey, by the way, your lease is up in 30 days, you're gonna have to move home with us. And listen, I had to move home with my parents. So by now I've gotten attacked by fire ants. My boyfriend of 3 years just cheated on me with some chick. I lost my job and I have to move home with my parents. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna stay an extra couple of days and I'm gonna come home. So I'm driving through Kentucky on my way home and I hit almost by Paducah. It's this little town outside of Paducah and it's like the armpit of the world. And I was going 100 in a 65. But it was daylight and like there was no other cars. It's not like I was bobbing. No, I wasn't bobbing and weaving, dude. I wasn't bobbing and weaving. I was like driving straight on and I got pulled over by an IDOT attendant. Which they're not even cops. They don't even have a ticket to write you, you know? This guy puts me and my kid in the back of the squad car, right? And he takes me to the jail. Not to the police station, but to the actual jail. To the jail. So then I'm sitting in this cell with my 3-year-old, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and I'm on my cell phone because I refuse to give it up. And I'm in there with this dude that got beat up by his wife. Then I have to call my parents and explain what happened, because when they pulled me over, it looked like I had a suspended license, but I didn't, because I had gotten a ticket in Indiana like 8 weeks before, and I paid it, but I paid it late, and it wasn't in the Illinois system yet. And then my insurance was due while I was in Florida, so my dad dropped off the payment, so I didn't have my new card. So now it looks like I'm on a suspended license with no insurance, going 165. Right. I'm on the phone, I'm trying to get, you know, some information from these people, you know, my insurance company, my parents, all this stuff. So they end up having to wire me money to the Piggly Wiggly, no joke. And the jailer's wife had to take me over there. Yeah, and toothless people, you know, in line. So the jailer's wife, I'm like cramped in the back of her tiny little Miata with like a kid seat next to me, you know, she takes me to the Piggly Wiggly and I have to get this money to bail myself out. So then she drops me off at McDonald's because they can't give me my car back. So I gotta wait like 6 hours for my parents to come get me, you know, at a freaking plane place, you know? I mean, what a week. It's horrible.
Good story.
We tried some things, and then we tried some other things, and now sound kind of wonderful.